Hello everyone. Hello. This is impaKt, guys. So a lot of you have asked me for Nunu game with commentary, so that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Sorry if I'm sounding a little less enthusiastic than usual, but this game was pretty damn boring, and it's gonna be somewhat boring to do commentary for. I'm gonna speed up most parts of this video, because most of it is during the laning phase at bottom lane, so it's not that fun to actually commentate or to do commentary for. But it was actually a good game to show you guys for a few reasons. First of all, it's a Nunu game, so you guys can actually get a sense of how he works and what his strengths and weaknesses are. Other than that, this game was pretty damn hard to actually win. Even though Nunu's laning phase is good, especially with, like, he's not very good with a Tristana because Tristana's laning phase isn't that great. But when allied to a Tristana, you're gonna have a lot of late game presence, pressure, power, and what have you. So this is one of those examples of games that you think you're gonna lose because the lane phase was crappy as hell. The game has gone to crap, has gone to shit, and you're struggling to actually win the game. So it's pretty much my attempt of showing you guys that a solo queue game is never lost, and Nunu actually helps out a lot in that regard. Especially when allied to an auto-attack based AD carry like Tristana. You have a lot of late game power. So that's kind of what I'm gonna show you guys in this video. Other than that, I'm gonna give you guys my masteries and runes in the video description, so make sure you check that out. And I'm gonna, yeah, as I've said, I'm gonna speed up most of the video, and you guys are gonna be able to watch most of it anyway. So, as soon as I get to the laning phase, before I actually speed things up, what I'm gonna do is I wanna poke Lucian. I wanna damage him, I wanna reduce his lane presence, I wanna, yeah, take him to half HP. I wanna make it as hard as I possibly can for him to CS, to just come close to us, to poke us, to harass us. So that's pretty much why I'm focusing him with snowballs, mainly. If Thresh comes in too far, I'm gonna snowball him as well. Now remember that I still have Consume, and that Tristana has healing reduction on her E, so Lucian's not gonna be able to lifesteal or use pots as efficiently. So all in all, we have more sustain in day 2. But this is where things start to go wrong. Tristana gets hooked for the first time here, and I'm actually doing duo queuing with this Tristana, mind you. He's a good player, but he was struggling with decision making this game. So that's pretty much one of the reasons why I wanted to make commentary for this game. A lot of people struggle with AD carries with poor decision making skills. So I guess this video can show how you can overcome that as a support, especially as a Nunu support. So right here, we're pretty much pressuring the crap out of Thresh and Lucian. Sorry about that. So the lane isn't going that bad right now, but this is when things start to get sticky. Tristana actually tries to dodge Thresh's hook and ends up giving first blood for it. So this allows Lucian and Thresh to actually snowball the crap out of bot lane. And that's one of the things that happens a lot in solo queue. If you're playing with a random AD carry, not a duo queue partner in this, like me in this case, this is gonna happen to you a lot of times. There's gonna be one time that your AD carry or yourself make just a bad decision and end up snowballing the lane. Now the game isn't lost yet, so don't worry too much about it. So right here I'm going back. Notice that I actually started with Ancient Coin for HP regen, mana regen, but more importantly, I started with Ancient Coin for Talisman of Ascension. And I want Talisman of Ascension because I'm going for pure utility this game. since Tristana and Xerath already have a lot of damage, and so does Nasus even though he goes tanky as hell, and so does Shyvana. I don't really need to go for more damage than that. So I'm gonna go for pure utility and tankiness. So I can help, I can peel, and I can protect Tristana as best possible. So this is actually when I'm gonna start speed things up. So we go back to the bottom lane, and I'm just warding as usual. I actually upgraded my ancient coin, so I get some extra stats, gold, and whatnot, because lane's not going so well, so we're probably not gonna get any kills or assists for that matter, at least for now. So I went for ancient coin to actually boost my gold income. If I didn't need that, I'd went for Ruby Crystal or something like that, so I could speed up my side stuff. Now, let me just go back here for a second. So Tristana gets caught, right? Which is pretty sucky. Now she's getting really low, and I have to actually cover for her on the hook. So that's pretty much why I had to flash afterwards. If that hook had gone through, Tristana would probably be dead. So always protect your carry, even if it means losing your life or burning some of your spells. But yeah, pretty damn important. Don't let your AD carry fall even more behind if you get the chance to protect them. So she finally comes to gank, but Lee Sin counter ganks with Thrasher's Lantern, and we end up giving 2 kills away. So 1 more kill for Lucian and 1 assist for Lucian. Alright, so the jungler is snowballing. Their ADC is snowballing, so this isn't really looking good for us. Other than that, Lucian has 44 creeps right now. So he's 201, 44 creeps to 35 on Tristana. Not good. So what we're doing now is just protecting blue buff. Since Lee Sin just sticks around, even though he shouldn't because he doesn't have his bottom line support, we end up getting the kill. So Xerath kinda starts snowballing really hard now. Notice that he's already in front of Malzahar and CS, so he's now ahead in kills as well. So we know that just by that little play, even though we're not doing so well bottom, at least we're helping the mid laner jump in front of his opponent. So even though you're playing support or AD carry, the game isn't all about laning phase, right? Like, most people come to me and say, well, I usually win my lane like 90% of the times and I usually lose the game anyway. Well, the game is not about the laning phase alone. If you're losing the lane, and if you're influencing other lanes, and if you're helping out your teammates to actually win their lanes, you're doing a lot more than your opponent's bottom lane. So always have that in mind. Always try to help your other laners. Top lane is really hard to help out, but yeah, you can always roam and protect your buffs every now and then, so make sure you do that. That's gonna boost your win rate by a lot if you don't do that already. So right here, Shyvana comes for the gank. I actually managed to slow Thresh, ignite, and we get the kill on Thresh, which was pretty cool, and Tristana got an assist. We actually dive Lucian, I just snowball him, so I get the assist. The attack speed reduction and movement speed reduction wasn't quite necessary, but I get the assist, I get more gold, and so does Tristana, Xerath, and Shyvana. So all in all, good play. We're 3-3 now just because of that play, and Lee Sin's screw up early. So we're actually 100 gold in front of the enemy team, even though, mind you, that the bot lane is still gone to complete crap. Like, Tristana is still 0-2-3. She went for Avarice play, so she's not gonna be able to actually do anything during the bot lane because she went for a gold income item, right? So she doesn't have a lot of damage. And even with a gold income item, we're winning these trades, like with absolute zero. But I'm not gonna be able to use absolute zero every single trade, so we need to be really careful about it. What should have happened here is we should have pressured, after that little trade, we should have pressured a lot more. Now, I'm low on HP, but Tristana should have auto-attacked Lucian some more, to keep the pressure that we actually gained from that absolute zero. Because what happens if you don't keep the pressure up after you make your opponents fall back, they're gonna come to a point where they have all of their presence back again. So Xerath went really high here. We couldn't really dive because we still had a minion wave in front of us. But Xerath gets the kill. I go there just to help him out and to block Thresh's death sentence, and we end up getting the kill on Thresh as well, even though Tristana gets ulted on Malzahar. But yeah, it wasn't that worth it, because now Tristana is worth standard gold again, because she got a kill, so she's worth 300 gold again. So if Lucian kills her again, he's gonna snowball even harder, and it's 300 gold is not enough for Tristana to get back in the game, especially during laning phase, and especially going for Average Blade and attack speed, so she went Zeal now. So things aren't going so well. Malzahar just got back in the game, even though he was losing the mid lane to Xerath, but still, it could have been a lot worse, right? So we're 1k ahead at this point, but once again, Tristana is really damn behind. Now, I went for 3 points early in, 2 points actually, in Snowball, and I went for 4 points in Blood Boil. So Tristana already had a crap load of attack speed, just for my Blood Boil, so she didn't even need to go for Everest Blade or Zeal or whatever. If she went for a BF Sword, we could have won this lane. But, once again, poor decision making, so she doesn't build as well as she should have. So Shyvana comes to gank. Things don't go so well, but Xerath shows up and manages to get a kill on Lucian, which allows us to pressure bottom. But Malzahar just shows up. I tried to snowball Malzahar over there, but that doesn't result in the kill. But still, we're keeping the pressure. Malzahar is still there, so is Xerath, full HP Xerath. So we're pretty comfortable that they can't really kill us, or even if they kill me, Xerath can clean up. So we put some pressure down. Lucian loses some CS to turret as well as XP, but once again, he's still in front of Tristana. Damage-wise, that is. Like, he didn't go for attack speed, but he still has the, other than Berserker Reaves, that is, but he still has his passive, right? So he still has some attack speed, and he went for damage. Like, Sheen and Phage all deal damage to you, and Phage also gives you survivability. So Lucian is pretty much building alright, while Tristana went for attack speed when I'm already giving her attack speed, so not that good of a choice. But yeah, overall, not that bad. Like, you should go for Static Shiv when you want to push the lane, because Static Shiv really helps you out push the lane. Now, if we were strong enough to actually keep pressuring bottom, it would have been alright, but only like as a secondary item, not as a first item. But once again, pressuring bottom, I'm just throwing snowballs at Lucian's face every now and then. Thresh tries to go Hyphy on us. Let me just slow this down. Thresh tries to go Hyphy on us, but he misses death sentence, so he needs to fall back. So this is where I see my opening. He uses Flay, so he has no CC, so I flash for the absolute 0, right? But he flashes away. Now, what I want you to actually focus here is Tristana's focus, because as you can see, Lucian and Thresh are pretty damn close to each other. Lucian has more damage and has less HP. So what Tristana, sorry about that, guys. Tristana should be focusing Lucian, because if she kills Lucian, especially with me beside her, we can then kill Thresh. But what happens is, she keeps focusing Thresh, even though I ignited Lucian. If she had focused Lucian, what would happen is, she would have killed Lucian and still have enough HP to kill off Thresh. But still doesn't happen. So it was a 1-for-2 trade, not worth it at all. So the enemy bot lane keeps snowballing, even though Lucian has died 4 times now because of ganks. It still doesn't matter, they're still in front of us. And Tristana actually managed to recover some of the CS difference, but still way behind at this point, especially because she has no damage. Look at her items. She still has Static Shiv only. She doesn't have damage, while Lucian's already standing on that Trinity Force, Berserker's Greaves, and the Long Sword. So we're not gonna win any trades. We can't face them at all. We have no damage whatsoever. So what we want to do is pretty much contest objectives. Now, if I Blood Boil even Shyvana or Tristana, we're gonna take objectives pretty damn quickly. Blood Boil is freaking awesome. I have 5 points in Blood Boil right now, so it pretty much equals to Phantom Dancer, if I'm not mistaken. So, an extra Phantom Dancer. So Tristana right now has like static shift in Phantom Dancer. Let's say it's actually an item. So she has a lot of attack speed. No damage though. But we can still take objectives really quickly. So that's pretty much what we should be focusing on. Let me speed things up now again. So Shyvana gets caught in the jungle, but has to use ult to get away. And me and Tristana just back the hell off and go back to the base because we can't face them 2v2. Now I tried to defend the bottom turret, really can't, and Shyvana and Xerath actually come to help out. Now let me just show you how I play this team fight. So I noticed that I use Snowball on Lucian to reduce his movement speed as well as attack speed. Once again, Snowball on Lucian. I slow Thresh with my ult, while Lucian's pretty much dealing damage to me because Shyvana has no CC other than the ult. But still, like, I knew I was gonna die because of that, but I had to land my CC or my slows on top of the enemies. So that's pretty much what happened. I slowed, I reduced Lucian's attack speed 3 times in that fight, and I reduced Thresh's movement speed 2 times in that fight, whilst giving Blood Boil to my teammates. So that's a 2-for-1 exchange, so pretty damn worth it, and it actually... Yeah, let me just speed things up. So that actually allowed Tristana to get a little bit, not actually back in the game because she doesn't have a lot of damage still, but it really helped her out. So they're pretty much pushing bottom lane now because Tristana is really, really low, and they're trying to control our jungle, sorry. So that's pretty much what you do. You push a lane and you control the enemy jungle. If you push bottom lane to the second turret, you control the enemy jungle. You control the enemy jungle with wards. You know where they are. You know where the ganks are coming, and you can react. You can react to the ganks by warding these things. So that's pretty much what they did, and they did a really good job. Now what happens here is, notice that I'm warding, and Tristana gets caught. So yeah. Can't do much about it, but still, Lucian uses the culling. I tried to flash to block the culling's damage, but it was too little too late, and I actually end up dying for it. So this was poorly played by me. I shouldn't have flashed at all, but yeah, I figured still worth a try. But it actually snowballed Lucian even further, and it actually made the game a lot harder for us to win. Meanwhile, Shyvana and Xerath are doing a beast job of pushing mid lane, so it pressures mid lane and makes the enemies go back to mid lane and not focus so much on bottom. Now, we're pretty much pushing the lane again, and Tristana gets caught again by the dual laners because she overextended. But I just use Blood Boil on Xerath and proceed to get the kill onto Lucian and Thresh. Lucian actually, sorry about that, Lucian actually flashes away from my absolute zero, but we get Thresh. Here we go. Now I snowball Malzahar. I see that he kind of wants to back off, and I'm probably gonna die if I chase him, so I really don't want that. Meanwhile, Shyvana is just chasing Lucian, so I'm just warding the path of the jungle that I think he can run toward, but no need, because Shyvana picks up the kill anyway. Now we're just gonna push a little bit mid lane to reduce a little bit of pressure and not lose the mid tower. I go back, and right now I have a Talisman of Ascension, so I have an AoE movement speed increase for my team. I have a Sidestone, and I'm going towards Randwinds. Because even though I have Snowball, if I can get Randwinds, it's double attack speed reduction. It doesn't really stack, but I can just use both of them to nullify both Lucian and Tryndamere, because they have 2 attack speed reliant champions. So Nunu was actually a pretty cool pick here. And Nasus was too, mind you. Like, we have Snowball and Wither. Both of them can actually reduce attack speed on enemy champions, and I'm gonna have Randwind. So what I want to do with this build is completely nullify Lucian's damage. So that's what I'm going for, as well as help out my team with some extra utility with Talisman. So back there, Lee Sin actually tried to steal the dragon that we were doing, but he's not able to. We tried to focus him down, but Thresh's lantern is OP, and Lee Sin actually collects the lantern, so we can actually get the kill. And Lee Sin misses an awesome Sonic Wave there, But yeah, and he's gonna miss a ult here. Yeah, check this out. So Lee Sin's right here, and I'm kinda overextended. I don't really know there are 3 people there. So he just Qs onto me, flashes, and then does ult. So it was somewhat lucky by me there. I noticed that Tristana and Shyvana on the way, so I'm just slowing Thresh so Tristana can kill him. Use Absolute Zero to actually slow down everyone inside the radius so we can get some more kills. Notice that Shyvana with Blood Boil is an absolute menace because of the movement speed increase and attack speed increase. It's just freaking insane. Lee Sin tries to recon a warded bush. I flash over the wall to get him with a snowball, and we get the 3rd kill. So this was actually pretty damn awesome for us. So Tristana is finally getting back into the game because she actually built some damage. She has a Vampiric Scepter now, and as well as an Infinity Edge. So finally we can actually start contesting objectives decently. We can actually contest objectives and not just take them for free, like I mentioned with the Dragon. So this is pretty cool for us. So we're just pushing bottom line because Nice is getting capped by Malzahar and Tryndamere. So we just want to clear the bottom inhib. So Nice is free to do whatever he wants. Now we managed to get Thresh here, but our focus should be the inhib. Tristana goes too deep, but then I noticed Nice is teleporting in. Now notice Lucian's E though. Like, he uses E before my snowball actually lands. So what it means is he's still gonna be debuffed, both in movement speed and attack speed. So Nisus teleports in, and right here, I just snowball Lucian. He E's first, dashes first, so he's now slowed. So he can't really deal as much damage to us as he would. This allows Nisus to actually wither him, extending the effect. We get the inhib, and I'm pretty much trying to get the hell out. I consume to survive Lee Sin's ult. I snowball him so he can't actually come after us, and yeah, we're pretty much escaping. Xerath still managed to get a kill, even though he died, so it was not bad at all, and we get an inhib. So what happens now is pretty simple. Bottom lane's gonna be pushing non-freaking stop. The lane that's opposite to the Baron. So now we can actually control the top side of the map a little better. Even then, Lucian's just trying to push the lane, so we have to deal with it, even though we have super minions. So I'm just gonna go there, clear some minions, and then go start walking toward the top side of the jungle. I'm just giving Blood Boil here to help Tristana push some more, and I'm just gonna start roaming towards top side of the jungle. But they decide to engage, so once again, let me go back. They decide to engage, so they overextend. Xerath takes Thresh pretty slow. It's pretty low. Malzahar tries ulting Xerath, but Shyvana does a great ultimate and interrupts his ult. And now is our time to pretty much turn this. So we want to push this as 4, but we're kind of low and Nice is not coming. So let me just go back for a little bit. I kind of wanted to go back after this and control the Baron area, pretty much. But Shyvana just decides to go in anyway. And she gets pretty low. So we kind of have to make things worth now, because she actually ends up dying. I actually snowballed Tryndamere because it was the closest target and to reduce his attack speed. We managed to kill Thresh with a snowball. I actually managed to shut down Lucian with a snowball as well, because Tristana had pretty decent positioning this team fight, so she did really well. She dished out all the damage she needed to dish out, and it gives us the opportunity to actually push mid, because the only person alive on their team is too busy clearing minions off their turrets. So yeah, Malzahar actually comes back to the game. He respawns, but still doesn't really matter because we get the kill on Malzahar. Nasus is getting really, really strong now, and so is Tristana. She has double buff, so it was still worth it was worth the trade. Like my life of support for a mid inhib, awesome. I'll take it any day, no problemo. Alright, so we're pretty much gathering Baron here because they have to defend bottom and mid. So we get the Baron, and we're pretty much focusing on the remaining turret, which is top. So we're grouping up. I'm giving Blood Boil to Tristana. Slowing. Let me just run through this a little slowly. So Thresh tries to hook us. Probably couldn't have done much even if he did, but he gets really low because of Xerath. I go in just to zone them out. My ult there was just to prevent them from engaging. I notice Nasus teleporting in, so my first reaction is to just slow Lucian's attack speed so he can't do much, and that's pretty much why we get the inhib. After that, yeah, Thresh tries to grab someone, ends up dying later on, and yeah, like at this point we're just really far ahead, like 12k ahead. So we have no problems at all fighting these skirmishes, especially because now Tristana has a lot of damage. She doesn't have Bloodthirst or anything like that, or Blade of the Ruined King, but still she has a lot of damage. And the game's pretty much over right now. Shyvana just gives up on Lee Sin, but it doesn't really matter. Now, what I want you guys to take from this is that, like, there are a couple of things that I want you guys to learn, I'd say. I'm not just gonna, I'm not gonna say learn, but there are a couple of advices that I want to give you guys. So first of all, if you lose your bottom lane, the game isn't over. Oh, sorry about that. So if you lose bottom lane, the game isn't over. So just don't start trash talking to your teams or trash talking to your AD carry. It really doesn't help. What does help is you staying focused in the game and trying to win it. Other than that, even if you get stuck with AD carry with poor decision making, poor build choice, and whatever, it doesn't mean anything. The game is still winnable, right? Once again, sorry about that. Finally, yeah, like as for Nunu, even though he's not really flashy. He doesn't have a grab. He doesn't have gap closers. He doesn't have any of that. So he pretty much relies on his ult, on his snowballs, and on his blood boil. So he's not flashy at all. Like, if you wanna impress your friends or whatever with your awesome Nunu skills, they're not gonna be impressed because it's not flashy. You can have an incredible pressure or incredible presence in the game. It still doesn't matter because he's flashy, but he's incredibly powerful. Like, the only reason why we were able to push turrets as fast as we did was because my Blood Boil was already at level 5, so Tristana ended up with Infinity Edge, Static Shiv, Last Whisper, Berserker's Greaves, and Vampiric Scepter, but thanks to my buff, she actually ended up with an extra Phantom Dancer, right? Other than that, I have Talisman of Ascension, Luck of the Iron Solari, and Red Wind's Omen. So overall, pretty sick teamfight utility. And besides that, I still have the mobility to actually ward and de-ward whatever I want, and I still have an attack speed reduction that deals a lot of damage during the landing phase to slow down the likes of Tryndamere and the likes of the enemy AD carry, which in this case was Lucian. So don't underestimate the power of Nunu. Nunu is incredibly strong champion. He does have a good laning phase when allied to a decent AD carry champion. Like, if you go for Lucian, you're gonna have a blast because the amount of poke that you'll be able to dish out is just immense. But he's not flashy. So if you wanna go for something that will impress your teammates or friends, then Nunu is not. It's probably not the option. But if you wanna win games, if you wanna have that little higher chance of actually winning a game that seems lost during the beginning, then Nunu's the way to go. He's an incredibly strong pick. I think he's rather underestimated, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry about the lack of enthusiasm, but yeah, this game was, I just finished this game actually. I'm just doing the commentary right after I finished the game, so I'm kinda tired from the game itself, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna leave the Masteries and Rune page in the description, and if you didn't, and if you still haven't done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and what have you. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.